Hello lovelies and welcome to today's video. My name's Alia and I'm so glad you stopped by. Today we're talking about skincare. Now it's a little bit off on a tangent to what I usually do on this channel, but I often put on makeup as I talk to you about eyes, or sometimes talk to you about the importance of different minerals and so forth. So I thought it's about time that I share with you what I've been doing for my skincare and the importance of feeding the skin, the biggest organ, just as much as we do all of the other internal organs as well. So I often speak about nutrition, I often speak about things that are good for us, but today I want to really focus on so usually I wear just eye makeup and lipstick, bronzer, and a lot of product on the skin. Very atypically is it foundation or concealer. That's usually for special occasions or things like that. I tend to like to leave my skin be and let it breathe and so forth, but definitely do occasionally use some cosmetics to cover up or to enhance or to even the pigmentation and things like that. Now if that's the case, it's so important to wash it off. But even if all you've applied is a beautiful, clean, paraben-free sunscreen and say a moisturizer, all the pollutants and all the dust throughout the day still do need a really good wash. You wouldn't, not wash your hands. So you also need to remember that your skin on your face also needs a wash. So not too often, probably twice a week. I make sure you do a really good deep cleanse. But on a daily basis, what I'm currently using is this wonderful bar here, which is, smells divine. It's a charcoal and orange blossom bar. All I've been doing is getting a wet microfiber flannel, rubbing it on a little bit till I get a little bit of sud, and just using it to clean all the makeup and all the dirt and all the grime off my skin. That's a daily thing, and that I can also use it to remove my eye makeup, although I don't use that to remove my eye makeup, but it's most certainly suitable for that use. I also have this fairly new product from the same range, Orange Blossom Facial Wash. Now this is for normal to oily skin. I don't have normal to oily skin. I've got very dry skin and very layered skin, and that it doesn't really like to renew itself so easily, and therefore it becomes quite dry. Now, even though this is designed for oilier skin, what I really love about this product, if you just do one pump, of course it's not going to behave for the camera, you just need this tiniest little amount, and if it's wet it's a lot easier, but it actually goes a really long way, and the smell of these products are just unbelievable. They use 100% therapeutic grade oils, and there's really not much else there. A lot of the time you'll find that these products don't even have water. This one does because it's a pump and that, but just amazing. You can smell all these amazing extracts and oils and so forth. The ingredients are just go forever. And what I found that because this is such an effective facial wash, it doesn't even really matter that it's not moisturizing. So what I found is a lot of the time for products that have been marketed for dry skin, all they're doing is they're adding a moisturizing product. Some you do have to be careful. Some of them will be actually a drying product. But this one, because it is an orange line, does have citric acid. And we all know that citric acid is really great for our skin, and it's really good for rejuvenation. So I looked at the ingredients and I made an informed decision that it doesn't matter if it says that it's for oily skin that I don't have. It's a product that would work really well for me, especially that it's my sort of deeper cleaner. So it's a daily cleaner, but it's doing the deeper clean. It's not actually the one that's removing stuff for me. It's actually cleaning my actual skin rather than all the other stuff. So that's that. And then on a more deep level, I dive into my amazing mint scrub. This scrub is my BFF. It's actually really funny how I came about buying it. I have been purchasing mint foot scrubs forever. Before I discovered natural beauty, before all the things, I've always had a mint product that's got little kernels through it for my feet. I wear high heels every single day, one way or another. Even my casual shoes, even my runners, are all elevated. And what I find is if I don't give my skin of my feet a really good clean, it tends to create a lot of buildup. It's probably true for flat shoes as well, but I particularly have that issue. So I love a mint scrub. And what mint does is it really gives the area a lot of energy, a lot of heat, a lot of relaxation. It's fantastic on the muscles. I use mint oil for just about anything anyway. And then I accidentally grabbed the wrong bottle and ended up using a foot scrub on my skin and on my whole body. This is years and years ago. And not entirely realizing, except for the fact that it smelled really beautifully of me, not completely realizing what I had done. I had, washed with this, and oh my goodness, that foot scrub, I'll tell you what, it does wonders for the feet, but it did miracles for the skin of the body. And as soon, that was a once off, but it just read, just something that clicked in my mind that mint and the skin just get along really well. I do have mint in my shampoo that I use, and when I saw this product, I had to try it, and this is my third bottle. Those of you who know me know that products tend to last forever on me. I tend to not need much to get a lot out of it. I tend to dilute most things I use. I just love this so much, and it's so gentle that you can actually use it fairly regularly. I tend to use it twice a week because I find that that's more than enough. But I think with sunscreen use, which I do much more of now that we're in summer here in Melbourne, I did get told off by my beautician this week about not exfoliating deeply enough. So I'll definitely be amping up the use of this one. And none of these products are expensive. If you have a look at how long they last for, you have an upfront cost, of course, but you're having 100% pure cold press oil. You're getting 100% clean product. You're getting something that's quite concentrated, so you don't need much. And it doesn't have to be Young Living. It can be any brand that you trust and you know the background of their manufacturing and their sort of ethos of the company. There's a few other over-the-counter brands that I really, really like. A friend of mine very recently introduced me to a supermarket brand which has just beautiful ingredients, and I'm sure it wouldn't take too much resource to discover where they're sourced from. It's quite affordable, it's quite easy to access, but when you buy things like this or from a professional line, what you'll find is there's just a concentrate there. Whereas things that are over the counter are often diluted with cheaper ingredients, often like butters and things like that, which is fine if that's what you're after. And that leads me to my next point. It's not always affordable to get a regular facial, but once every 2 to 3 months, even if it's just purely for the exfoliation and rehydration, I would encourage everyone to have some sort of a facial. I would not recommend going just to anyone. It has to be someone who is qualified and who you can trust and whose products you can trust. That's the most important thing. I happen to have a very close friend who is an amazing beautician, and she just has the best hands and the best knowledge and the best everything. She's just so dedicated to her work. And I can trust her advice on my skin. I don't need to look any further. And she always does such a wonderful job. So I'm very, very happy with that. And it's something that I do have to budget for. I do have to save for. It's not something that I can just, feel like doing that this week. Here's my credit card. It doesn't work like that for me. There are sacrifices for treating my skin so well. But the way I think about it is I wouldn't buy any meat. I buy a particular type of meat. I wouldn't buy any vegetable. I do like to buy a certain type of vegetable. And fruit for that matter. And the same thing goes here. You have to sort of think about the skin being just as porous or just as important as your gut. What you put on your skin will be toxic to your whole body if it's not the right thing, and beneficial to your whole body if it's the right thing, because the skin is our biggest organ and it covers our literally entire body. It is the organ through which things go out of and things go in through, and there's just no avoiding it, including free radicals, including vitamin D absorption and all the other things. So to have a really good clean surface, to have really good clean products, all does make the long-term difference. The moisturizer I use is a bit of a cheat. I've got a baby lotion that I bought for my kids, and once they got old enough to do things for themselves, they didn't need it anymore. But I just love it. The way it moisturized my hands when I used it on my kids was just so wonderful that I just let it stick around. But as I mentioned earlier, very dry skin. So I mix this with a oil for dry skin and a little bit, depending on what my skin's doing, I just mix up my own cocktail. But this is my base. And depending on what your skin is like, you can create any base you like. I would highly recommend that everybody shops at a health food shop for their moisturizers, because sometimes even Young Living's moisturizers can be sometimes exorbitantly expensive. And even if you can argue that you're getting what you paid for, sometimes you don't need that much. So that's my argument. this bottle lasts me forever because I only ever make a small little pot, which I can't see right now, even though I prepared it for this video, a small little container of the stuff, and add all my oils in there that I need. In the winter time I focus on the dryness, in the summertime I focus on nutrition, and that's all there is. And it's a wonderful, very, very easily absorbed moisturizer day and night. And again, the ingredients are just endless and all very beautiful. Yeah, just love this product. Even though it's designed for children, it's good for your skin. The other thing that I'm really, really keen on is supplements for the skin. So things like flaxseed oil, vitamin D, zinc is another really important one. Zinc is probably one of the most important things that we don't get enough of. Not only is it antiviral, but it just protects the immune system all in all, and the skin is one of the biggest barriers for the immune. It's our first line of defense, so why not give it that boost? At night, I like to do another little cheat. I used to use for the longest time an apricot oil, an apricot kernel oil, that still I love for the body and things like that, but it was always really heavy, and I just really didn't like the glugginess. A lot of night creams are really gluggy and heavy, and I just don't enjoy it. So I've adapted a few things just through experimentation, but I actually use this. It's an oil. It's called Seedlings. It's basically for babies, like a baby oil, natural baby oil. It's got the apricot kernel oil in it as well, but it's a complete liquid. Whoops, my hands are going to be amazing after this demonstration. So it's a very liquidy oil, and literally if you warm it up and just press it on your skin, first of all, it's such a beautiful product, but straight away, first of all, I find it instantly works on puffiness and redness, and it's just nourishing, so nourishing to the skin. So once everything's clean and exfoliated and all of the things, why not treat yourself to a baby oil? And this is not a petroleum product or some awful, disgusting oil. This is amazing, amazing ingredients. And there are lots of baby products out there, even in just the health food store, that are really, really, really fantastic. This is fairly fancy. You don't have to be as fancy as this, but I find these products really affordable because they're marketed for mums that already have enough expenses as it is. And it's got things that are like quite unique to find out there. Like it's got prickly pear seed oil. Where are you going to find that? The apricot kernel oil is what attracted me to this, because that's what I've always used and it's always worked really well for me. But it even has geranium, ylang ylang, coriander, safflower, bergamot, which is what gives it its amazing smell. It's got so many things, lavender, so really nice to use at night because it really relaxes, and because you're putting it on your face, that's what your aromatherapy essentially becomes, this amazing, amazing product. So that's what it is, ladies and gentlemen. I've been using these products or something to its effect for a really, really long time now, for 5-6 years now. Absolutely adoring everything and the effects and how well the skin has adapted, and the fact that when I do go and see the beautician, the beauty therapist, she does remark on what I need and what I don't need, gives me a really deep clean, and all I need is maintenance. Sometimes at home you have to keep really, really honest with yourself and understand what it is that you're able to maintain, both financially but also with your routine. A lot of these beauty things that we need for our skin are not attainable on our own, and we do really need someone to do it for us. The way I see it is I'd rather see a beautician every couple of months than end up on, say, an antibiotic, and a dermatologist, which is where I was headed not that long ago before I discovered clean beauty and a really, really good therapist. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I do need to go and remove my eye makeup, which I'll add the product that I use for that. I've spoken about it before. I only ever use it for eye makeup removal. It's a little bit too heavy, I find, or too oily for everything else, but it's wonderful for eye makeup removal. And I'm still on the same bottle I bought years ago, would you believe? It's just one of those products that keeps going and going. But since using the charcoal, and I didn't mention that the charcoal is primarily because of to avoid acne, so it's a really, really good way to help with any kind of breakouts if you're someone who suffers from that. So that's kind of taken its place. But when I'm not using the charcoal, I'll include the product that I do use instead. So I hope today was informative. I know it's a little bit different, but I hope that you enjoyed today's video and you learned something. I'm not promoting these products. I'm not paid to promote these products by any way. I only purchase them for my own use and for my family. But I do believe in them, and I am a huge fan, and that's why I've been buying them forever. For more videos about health and about the eyes and a few about tickles and things like that, definitely do hit subscribe, and don't forget to follow on Instagram, because that is a definitely much more happening place, especially if you're a fan of really cute dogs and lovely pictures of just everyday life all going up on there. Wherever you are around the world, lovelies, I hope you're having an amazing day. I hope you're staying safe and healthy and toxin free. I'll see you in the next one.